You ever wake up one morning, look around, and realize you've been living the same day over and over? Like you're stuck in this loop. Same job, same routine, same problems, and deep down, something's whispering, "This ain't it." That's the moment right there. That's when life is tapping you on the shoulder saying, "What are we doing here?" See, that feeling of being stuck? It ain't there to hold you down. It's a signal. It's a call. It's the moment when you're supposed to decide whether you're just going to keep surviving or finally start living. Now let me tell you something, and I want you to hear me clear. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Nobody's going to walk up, hand you the keys to your dream life and say, "Hey, I figured it out for you. Here you go." Nah, it's on you. Every step, every sacrifice, every long night and early morning. That's the cost of building something real. People love to talk about luck. They love to say, "Oh, they just got lucky." But I don't believe in luck like that. I believe in preparation. I believe in discipline. I believe in getting up when you don't feel like it, showing up when nobody's watching, working on your craft when there's no applause, no paycheck, no guarantee. That's the secret. That's the difference between people who make it and people who stay stuck. You can't keep waiting for the perfect moment. You know why? Because there's no such thing. There's just now, right here, this moment. And the people who win in life, they're the ones who stop waiting and start moving. They take what they got, even if it ain't much, and they build, brick by brick, day by day, no shortcuts. Look, I get it. You're tired, you're frustrated, you feel like you've been running in circles. But listen to me when I say this. Your dream life isn't something way out there in the distance. It's not some fantasy for other people. It's built in the small decisions you make every single day. It's built in the moments when you decide to keep going, when you stay focused, when you block out the noise, the doubt, the fear, and you choose to believe in your own story. I need you to stop telling yourself you can't. Stop telling yourself you missed your chance. Stop waiting for somebody to give you permission. You don't need permission, you just need to move. You just need to start. I don't care how stuck you feel. I don't care if you're at rock bottom. You can build from there. Matter of fact, some of the greatest things in this world were built by people who had nothing except a vision and the guts to chase it. You gotta decide what matters more, your excuses or your dreams. And don't tell me you don't have time. You make time for what matters. Don't tell me you're too tired. You find energy for what fuels you. Don't tell me it's too late. The clock is still ticking, ain't it? Then you're right on time. I want you to picture that life you've been thinking about. The one you're scared to say out loud because it feels too big, too far away. Now realize something. The only thing standing between you and that life is action. Not talent, not luck. Just consistent, relentless, unapologetic action. So, here's the truth. You can stay stuck. You can keep living the same day over and over, telling yourself you're waiting for the right time, or you can stand up right now and say, "Enough. I'm building something better. I'm building the life I was meant for." It's your move. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, you've been sitting there thinking, overthinking, waiting for the stars to align, waiting for the right moment, the right connection, the right amount of money, the right plan. But let me tell you something, that right moment you're holding out for, it's a myth, it's an illusion, it doesn't exist. But that's part of the game. And the difference between the people who build the life they want and the ones who just dream about it, it's not luck, it's not talent, it's not money. It's movement. Relentless, imperfect, fearless movement. So stop waiting. Stop analyzing every detail. Stop telling yourself you'll start next week, next month, next year. Start now. Start ugly. Start small. But for God's sake, start. Because the clock's ticking and nobody's going to build that dream for you. Look, we all got reasons. Reasons why we can't. Why it's too hard, why the timing's off, why we didn't grow up with this or that advantage. And listen, I get it. Life throws some real obstacles at you. But let me tell you something. Excuses? Excuses are dream killers, silent killers. You keep feeding yourself those same tired lines, and next thing you know, your whole life passed you by. Excuses are comfortable. They protect your pride. They give you something to blame when you don't take the shot. I didn't have the resources. I was too busy. I wasn't ready. You think you're off the hook because you had a reason, but deep down you know the truth. You didn't move. You didn't push. You didn't fight for it. You got to decide right now, do you want the excuse or do you want the dream? Because you don't get both. And you think the people at the top didn't have excuses? Please, they had a mountain of them, every barrier you can imagine. But they chose to stop telling the story of why they couldn't and started telling the story of why they must. See, when you want something bad enough, excuses become irrelevant. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's unfair. But so what? What are you going to do about it? You got dreams? Big ones? Beautiful ones? Stop talking about them. Stop explaining why it's impossible and start acting like you mean it. Start waking up early. Start staying up late. Start learning, grinding, showing up even when no one's watching, even when you're tired, even when no one believes in you but you. Because I promise you this, every excuse you cling to is another brick in the wall between you and the life you want. And those bricks, they pile up fast. So tear them down, one by one. No more if only. No more maybe next year. No more blaming your past, your parents, your boss, your bank account, or your circumstances. Your dream is your responsibility. And the only way to make it real is to stop making excuses and start making moves. You see, talent is nice. It's flashy. It gets attention. But talent without work, without discipline, without showing up day after day, rain or shine, talent dies. There are people out here with half your skills living the life you want. You know why? Because they kept going when you stopped. Because they did the work on the days they didn't feel like it. Because they made progress while you were still waiting to feel motivated. Listen to me. Consistency will take you places talent can't. Consistency is waking up early when nobody's watching. Consistency is putting in the reps when you're tired. Consistency is doing it again and again and again until average becomes excellent and excellent becomes unstoppable. Talent is the spark. Consistency is the fire. I've seen it 1,000 times. People with all the gifts in the world, but no follow-through, no grind. They burn out, they fade away. Why? Because talent without consistency is just wasted potential. But you keep showing up. You keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when no one claps for you. That's how you build a dream. That's how you build a legacy. Talent might get you through the door, but consistency keeps you in the room. So don't get caught up comparing your talent to somebody else's. Don't get discouraged because you're not the most gifted or the most experienced. Just outlast them, outwork them, outdiscipline them. And I promise you, that dream you've been chasing, it'll be standing there waiting for you when you refuse to quit. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, let me tell you something. Before anything happens in your life, before the success, before the breakthroughs, before the applause, it starts with a vision. A clear picture in your mind of where you're going, of who you're becoming, of the life you're building, even when nobody else can see it, because your vision, that's your power. When the days get long, when the nights get cold, when you feel like giving up, it's that vision that keeps you alive. See, the dreamers, the builders, the ones who change the game, they're not the ones with the easiest path. They're not the ones who had it all handed to them. They're the ones who refused to let go of the picture they saw in their mind, when people doubted them, when the setbacks hit, when failure knocked them to the ground. They held on. They stayed locked in because they understood the vision is the fuel. And I know sometimes people around you won't understand it. They'll laugh. They'll say, "You really think you can do that? You really think you can be that?" But that's because it wasn't given to them. It was given to you. That vision is yours. That power belongs to you. So protect it, nurture it, work for it like your life depends on it. When you open your eyes in the morning, remind yourself why you started. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself where you're going. And when it gets hard, because it will, remind yourself of that vision that first lit the fire inside you. Because the truth is, people don't follow talent. They don't follow luck. They follow vision. Your vision will pull you through the pain. Your vision will lift you through the struggle. Your vision will lead you to the life you've been chasing, but only if you hold on to it, only if you believe in it, only if you keep walking toward it, no matter how far it feels. So don't ever let your current situation blind you from your future destination. Where you are right now, that's just a chapter. Where you're going, that's the story. And the power to write that story, it's already in your hands. It's been there the whole time. Your vision. That's your power. You see, everybody's afraid of rock bottom. That place where everything feels like it's falling apart. Where the phone stops ringing, the opportunities dry up, the people you thought would stay vanish. It's dark down there. It's lonely, and it feels like failure, like the end. But let me tell you the truth. They don't always tell you. It's not the end, it's the beginning. Because when you hit rock bottom, you stop falling, you stop running, and for the first time, you're forced to stand still and face what's real. And here's the beauty. When you're standing on rock bottom, ain't nowhere to go but up. The distractions are gone. The noise is gone. All that's left is you. And now you've finally got a solid foundation to build something real, something strong, something unbreakable. See the people at the top, the ones you admire, the ones who inspire you? They didn't get there by gliding through life. They got there because they got knocked down, hard. But they looked around at that rock bottom, and they said, "All right, if this is where I've landed, then this is where I'll build." Brick by brick, day by day, they climbed. And the reason their success lasts, the reason their story hits different, is because it was built from the dirt, from the struggle, from the nights they wanted to quit, but didn't. So if you're sitting at rock bottom right now, don't you dare think it's over. You got the hardest part out the way. You survived the fall. Now it's time to build, to rise, to become everything you were supposed to be, starting from the place you thought would break you. Because what they don't tell you about rock bottom is it's stable, it's solid, and if you let it, it'll become the strongest foundation you ever stood on. So go ahead, wipe off the dust, take a breath, and start laying those bricks. Because from down there, the comeback hits different. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,